Not Worth the Time with Wade Taylor. What's up, everybody? This town. Oh, this town. I don't even know the words to that actual song. All I know is I was singing it the last week all the livelong day, while you guys were probably angry that I didn't put out a podcast last Monday. Very angry. Technically, you're getting this one late. This isn't even up right now on a Monday. It'll probably be up on Tuesday for you. But I'm doing it. I'm here. I'm barrowing down the hatches for you because that's what I do. I try to anyway. I don't know what I'm fucking doing, you guys. We're trying to make it happen. We're doing our thing. Anyway, welcome to Not Worth the Time. I'm here. I'm back. I'm doing the thing that we love so much. Just rambling off the top for the first minute, not saying anything. I don't know the name of that song. It's a Frank Sinatra song, I'm pretty sure. But I kept saying it every time I walked out the door into two very big cities that I'd never been to before. That's right. As everybody knows, if you've listened to either podcast, I went to Philly this weekend. Well, not only Philly, just out of nowhere, all of a sudden, I got to go to the Big Apple. I went to the NYC. I went and checked them both out. Got down and dirty in the two big comedy cities. You know, I don't know if Philly's considered one of the bigger comedy cities, but I'll tell you what, I know a lot of people that I like from there who are very funny, and a lot of famous incidents and funny things have happened there. So I'm gonna put it up there. You know, it was cool. I enjoyed my trips. It's a fun time when they get out in the big world, get out of the old Midwest for a little bit and check out some other places, some other comedy scenes, and see what other people are doing. And other people are just doing their thing, trying to be funny and put on fun shows and have a good time like anybody else. It's all the same. And, you know, we all are very, very similar. It's just we live in different places. And that's the message I want to drive home, because the amount of people who asked me when I said I was from Iowa, what do you do there? We do the same fucking shit you do. I don't know what to tell you. We literally do the same fucking thing you guys do. Okay? We got big bands that come through our arena in Des Moines. We got little local comedy clubs. We got some restaurants. I can't speak to how great they are to the ones in New York or LA and all that stuff, but we're doing the same shit. Okay? We all work a 9 to 5, and then we go out and get drunk as fuck and show up hungover Thursday through Friday at work and just go through those motions. We're all doing the same thing, and that's why comedy works on most levels, because we all can relate to the dumb shit we're doing. I don't know how many times I had to answer that question. So that's an awkward question to answer. I didn't know how to answer people that because I wasn't prepared for that question at all. It's like I just assumed. I guess I'd never been to the East Coast. Really, I guess I've been to Pittsburgh, but I've never had anybody. You know, you kind of get what happens in New York. You know what goes on there. It's very weird that then nobody ever thinks about that. I should have asked a lot more people if they could tell me where Iowa is located on a map. That would have been a more interesting conversation. I'm like, I'll tell you what we do in Iowa if you can point it out on this map. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have you point, where is this state? It's America's favorite game show, trying to see if people know their geography or if they're a bunch of dipshits. Yes, we should all be able to vote at the age of 18 and make major decisions for the whole country, but you don't even know where Idaho is. You're a moron. You know, that's a thing I have a problem with, you know. I really do. I just want people to know where the states are. It's a problem. It is a problem in this country where people don't know the geography of this whole country. Get it together. We learned it in like 3rd grade. You can do this. But yeah, I just did not think that question would be the one that comes up all the time. What do you even do there, man? Well, I do comedy, obviously. That's why I'm here. So, that was one thing that was unexpected during this trip. There was a lot that happened on this trip. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You probably want to tune into Who Gives That for some of the juicier stories. These are just gonna be some of the one-off thoughts that I know I didn't want to tell Nathan because he would probably hate them. But they're things that are entertaining to me, and I can talk to you guys one-on-one about it because I know you'll like them. One thing I have to show you guys. I brought something back from New York. And I didn't bring back a normal souvenir. Ignore the shirt on the chair. Oh, did I bring back a New York shirt? Oh, did I ever? Yes, I did. So I did bring back a hacky souvenir. No joke. But I brought back something cool, okay? I brought back a piece of authentic New York art, guys. That's right. Real life. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's trash art. That's right, people. We found this on top of a garbage can. Right outside a paint and pour. So, as you can see, this is just a beautiful landscape of like the nice cavernous canyons of the Great Canyon, the national park, or Arches maybe even. Could be anywhere you want. I've been to Arches National Park. Looks pretty close. I'm not gonna lie. Nice little moonscape, and this is done by some drunk 24-year-old girl in the East Village. Fantastic, right? Because they're the only ones who go to paint and pours. And at least that's all I saw outside of the paint and pour we were standing outside of next to the comedy club. Fantastic. This just goes to show you that paintings are bullshit. This was done by somebody who was on their third bottle of wine, and it still did well, This shows that Van Gogh doesn't know shit about painting. This looks just as good as the Starry Night, in my opinion. That guy was a hack, and he hacked off his own ear. That's how big of a hack he is, guys. This is good art. And I'm going to have this forever now. Just some random lady. This is also why you sign all your artwork, guys. She could be getting credit right now and be blowing up, having a bunch of Instagram. You always put your Instagram on everything you do now, guys. Even when you sign checks. Sorry, I have a bit of a cough. Yeah, even when you sign checks, you should put your Instagram handle on them, just so people know at the bank, like, oh, I should follow that guy's handle. I mean, he's cashing checks. He must be doing well. You sign your kid's birth certificate. Throw a fucking handle on there, Let people know your Twitter account. But if you don't, then you just have some random person take it home, and then they don't even know how to follow you. So, it actually adds to the mystery, probably, that I never saw the artist behind this beautiful painting, It's like that one guy who goes around and everybody thinks is mysterious, and somebody paid like $1 billion for one of his paintings and he shredded it. One of those guys. God, the art world sucks dick. Bob Ross is right, though. Anybody can paint. This is just a landscape done in a Boss Rob. That's my new character. Boss Rob, dude. Boss Rob is just fucking killing it out there. But yeah, anybody can paint. That's what this tells me, and that's good. And that'll be on my wall, so I can always look at it and think, people are looking at the same moon that I'm looking at right back in New York. It's fantastic. So that's one little souvenir I got. I thought that was a pretty fun little tidbit. A fun little bit. My girlfriend told me, that's disgusting. You just grab something on the street. But that's what you do when you're in New York. That's what I found out. Now, most people call it trash. They put their trash outside. But it's not all trash, guys. People are putting whole furnished apartments out on the curb. Yeah, it turns out when you live in a shoebox, your landlord, when they evict you, can literally put all your shit out on the curb. It's your entire apartment. It's not just a couple bags and your couch. It's the whole kit and caboodle. And then it's free range for homeless people, anybody who's looking for a new duvet. It's there. It's out there. You don't even need to go to a Target, okay? You can find most of the shit you buy at Target on the streets. Somebody's putting out one of those shitty starter futons out on the curb. Go right to that. That's a Target buy. You save yourself $200. Just go out on the streets of New York. I was shocked. Like, my buddy was telling me, he's like, yeah, no, you can find shit out here for free. People find rugs and they just clean them up and stuff. I was like, this is no wonder that this is disease-ridden city. People are just trading blankets. That's how smallpox got started, guys. That's how we killed off the Native Americans. Disease blankets getting spread around. Is that culturally insensitive of me to make that comparison? Yes, but it's also accurate, and I'm acknowledging the atrocities. So, up yours. That's how I say handle that one. So yeah, I was just participating in New York culture by picking up some furnishing for my new place that I'm going to be moving into soon. So, and I think it's pretty cool. Now I have a piece of New York forever. Nobody has that in their place. I'm going to date the motherfucker. I'm going to know exactly where I found that. I'm going to write the street and everything. Never know the artist's name. I'll never know unless they somehow see this podcast and they can claim it, which would be hilarious. That would be one of the coolest things ever. If we did like the John Oliver thing where he wanted to find that rat painting really bad because apparently he has a rat painting fetish. I definitely believe John Oliver jerked off to that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just know that John Oliver has a rat fetish. That's all I'm going to say. And that's just his prerogative. I'm not here to kink shame. I'm just saying he definitely jerked off to that painting. Who else would want somebody to find a painting from a video from like the 90s that bad? It's not just for a TV bit, guys. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying is all. Anywho, speaking of rats, that's one thing I was kind of like disappointed about. Everybody always talked about how there's rats everywhere. That there's a huge rat infestation in New York City. The place is riddled with them. Now, I'm not saying that's not true. I've seen the documentary. I've seen it. It's crazy. It is unbelievable. But I will have to say this then. If there's that many rats in New York City where I watched that documentary and they explain the sheer volume that they have there, they are fucking ninjas. Okay, rats are the absolute sneakiest and most like conniving animal in the animal kingdom then. Because I saw one. And he probably got shunned for being spotted. Okay? He ran across the sidewalk at such a speed that I almost didn't catch him. But I saw it. He was big. I mean, this thing was 30 yards away. And I saw it. You know, that's like the size of a chihuahua. That's a big fucking rat, okay? A chihuahua could be arguably a rat, too. So, yeah, I saw a chihuahua in a lady's purse on the train and was wondering. I was like, is that a fucking rat? No, nope, dog. Dog. We're cool. You know, it's hard to distinguish once you get out there and you're looking for them, you know? It's like hunting for Bigfoot. That's what the rat hunting became in my eyes out in New York, was it looking for Bigfoot. Because I only saw the one. Which leads me to believe, I'm telling you, dude, they are ninjas. They just sneak. They hop from trash bag to trash bag without you acknowledging them. They're just this quiet and stealthy. And also, I guess when I was in Manhattan, I was half drunk during the one time I was there, or the part of the day I was there. So, probably just didn't notice them as well. Probably had them run over my shoe and drag their fucking urine-covered nuts across my toes. Which, disgusting if that happened. But, who knows? Maybe it didn't. Maybe it wasn't. You know. It was, that was my only complaint, is I was like, I didn't see enough rats. That was my big complaint about New York. Philly was fantastic, top to bottom. Never had an ounce. Didn't have any trouble in New York either. But I did really enjoy Philly. I just kind of got to do my thing. I think I liked Philly more because I didn't have to commute everywhere. I didn't have to take trains and buses constantly to get around there. But that's just the New York experience, I guess, is what you'd say. Plus, I didn't get to go to a ball game in New York, which I did in Philly. You know, there's the baseball games were fun. That's what I like. That's one reason why I like to travel, and I end up picking cities I've never been to, is if they have a baseball team or not. Makes all the difference in the world if you have a baseball team. You want me to come to your city, make sure you got an MLB team, and I'll fucking fly out there, dude. I'll come out there on my own dime. Just let me have a spot and let me do my thing, and then get me to the ballpark, and I'll be in your city. That's all it takes. It's very easy. Honestly, at this point, I do minor league stadiums too. Minor league games are so fun. They're just as fun. You know, you're just drinking beer. Most of the time, the beer's cheaper too, and the guys are trying because they're trying to make the league. You know, this is their last run, and we got to make it to the league. But yeah, that's just a couple little tidbits from New York that I wanted to share with you guys. If you want to get some more stories, this week's Who Gives F, you're going to like a lot. I'm going to tell some more in-depth stories that I think Nathan will get a kick out of. All that stuff was just dumb bits for you guys. And that's why you listen to Not Worth the Time. You guys are catching on. It's the news, it's the web articles you don't need to read, so I read them for you. And also the dumb stories that Nathan doesn't want to hear on Who Gives a F. That's why it's called Not Worth the Time. You guys are picking up. You're so smart. So smart. Let's hop on over to what we found this week. Am I right? Guys, as you know, I'm ever just so scared of what technology is going to bring and how it's going to affect all of our lives here someday. And which is why I found this article just recently. I found something else I was going to talk about. And then I found this article. And it's a doozy because the implications of this, I don't know. We're going to find out, but I don't like where this is going to go. It's called, this article is, a new generation of wearables may know when you're stressed. Products like Happy Ring from Tinder founder Sheen Rad aims to make wearable stress monitors for the future. Hey, I don't know about you guys, but the guy who invented a hookup app doesn't need to be teaching me about stress. Hey, dude, who needed probably developed an app because you were having a hard time meeting girls to get laid. Maybe that's why you were stressed out. But I don't think you teaching people how to do hookup culture and making it so easy to fuck gives you any insight on what's stress. Now, could say this: you helping people get laid year after year is probably lowering the stress level of a lot of people. So kudos to you. But I still don't think that was your intention. You were trying to get those numbers up. Trying to get that body count up, Shane. Or Sean, whatever. Sean. Yeah, your name's Sean, which is weird. I never got that one. Anyway, let's scroll down here and see what these new wearables are. Health monitoring tech like Google Fitbit and Apple Health apps rank in millions of dollars a year, but they primarily limit to physical aspects like fitness, sleep quality. Recently, however, multiple companies have attempted to track the psychological aspect of consumers' well-being, raising numerous questions regarding the privacy, accuracy, and ethics. Yeah, I don't think tech companies need more data on everybody, okay? You already got everything. You guys know what stresses us out and fucking makes us tick because that's what you push in feeds constantly. That's everybody always complains about how your Facebook algorithm or Twitter or Instagram, even Instagram maybe less, but even and less so TikTok, I think even too. But those Twitter and Facebook definitely push things that make you interact, and things that you interact with more are things that make you stressful or angry. So I don't think they need more data on what makes people angry and how to stay on their platforms more. Both Fitbit and Tinder founder, the guy who founded Tinder, he founded Fitbit and Tinder. He's like, look, I need an app that's going to show me where all the sliz is, and I also need a watch that's going to tell me how long I need to run so I have abs. Okay, this guy has literally done nothing but try to make himself fuckable with two different apps constantly. And now he wants to know people's psychology. This is so he can get girls' psychology breakdown. And then he can start like picking them off like cerebrally. You know, he could be a cerebral assassin, you know. This guy's fucking on one. Sean Rad are offering a new product built as tools for better keep track of and improve users' mental health. The former newest item, the Sense 2, is a wearable akin to the Apple Watch, an attempt to monitor your stress levels in real time, then react accordingly. Aside from already adequate data like heart rate and skin temperature, Fitbit Sense 2 consistently measures electrolyte activity, aka sweat levels. I don't like it. I don't like that it's gonna measure my sweat. You know, it's just It's going to make people, at least the early on stages of this, I'm just telling you right now, are going to make people think they're more stressed than they are because it's the prototypes. So it's just like your heart rate's up, and then you're sweating. You're just naturally a sweaty person. And then you're just like, oh my God, I guess my watch is telling me I'm super stressed. I better feel, what am I stressed about? And then you start looking for stressors, and you really don't have any. You start gaslighting yourself into like mental health issues. That would fucking blow. I know I've done that myself. Meanwhile, Rad, its Happy Ring Company is already taking pre-orders on its new wearable design to check in with users whenever it notices stress indicators of fluctuating in biometrics. Happy Ring makes no claims of being a bionicle tool. Or, wait, that's not bionicle. Diagnostic tool? Okay, what? Rather, the company believes that it has cracked the code in monitoring wearable progress in a kind of mental health analog to fitness trackers like the Apple Watch and Aura. It explains TechCrunch in a recent write-up. Much like those products in purport to be a method such as monitoring those virtual readings and presenting actionable data to help get the wearer back on track. There is no upfront hardware cost to the Happy Ring. Instead, customers will pay for one of 3 subscription tiers ranging between $20 to $30 a month on a consistent basis, or on a contract basis. When pairing with the app, the Happy Ring will monitor wearers' biometric data in real time, alerting them when it detects spikes in stress or tension and directing them to aid like cognitive behavior therapy and breathing exercises, meditation prompts, and educational articles. I can't wait till these get into the workplace. They're gonna fucking rule. Can you imagine your boss is fucking screaming at you because you fucked up the big account? You fucked up the big Lebowski account. You really fucked us here, Ted. Why do you have to save her? And then your watch start buzzing. You go, what the hell is that? And he's like, oh, you're just really stressing me out right now. And I just need to do my breathing exercises. And then we're going to do a 15-minute meditation. And then maybe then we can come back and have a discussion that's more productive than this. That guy's not. He's already got his fucking hands tied. That boss is fucked now. He's going to HR. He's gonna have to get himself a stress level thing. That'll be the day when they fucking start monitoring you at work, your stress levels. Woo! There's gonna be like, you have quotas you have to meet at work now. Now there'll be like a minimal threshold of stress that you have to be under, because you should be a little stressed at work so you get your work done. But so if it dips below a certain stress level, they're going to be like, hey, seems like you're relaxing a lot on the job there, Alan. Why don't you, why are you so calm and relaxed? You think you got it all figured out over here? Because you still got 20 reports due by the end of this week, and it's already Thursday. Huh? Just start monitoring you, making sure you're getting stressed out. They just want you to be on your fucking toes all the time and stressing you out. Or it, like, even worse, like they start monitoring you, and if you just get stressed out too often, they get rid of you. Ooh, we start going the other way now, because right now you can't fire anybody. It feels like you got to do some real heinous shit in order to get fired anymore. But now, once they start tracking stress levels, you can't really lie about like, I'm just really like feeling overworked and underappreciated at a job. Well, according to your statistics here that we have, you're completely fine. There's no spike in heart rate. You have no lack of endorphins. Actually, your endorphins have been up 20% this week. That's it. It's really interesting that you feel that way, because everything you're telling us is not what your bios are telling us, okay? So why don't you get back in the bullpen out there and start fucking typing away? All right, let's read on. We be done with my dumbass theories. Many customers may be intrigued by the idea of having a comparable, cheap, consistently available digital counselor at their side, but there are numerous caveats to the new product like these. First, as always, it is understanding how the customer data will be stored, utilized, and potentially sold to third parties. Yeah, yeah, like all the big pharma companies. You're gonna tell me like as soon as you get mental health data, for just monitoring people's stress hormone, you're not gonna tell me that Pfizer or any of these companies aren't salivating at the idea of getting that. Ooh, boy, do they want that. They want you. They want it. Like, give it to me. I know who to sell Alexa Pro to now. Yes, that's it. Fair. None of these services are purely altruistic, and the customer's health data is a gold mine to countless companies looking to hone their markets. Yes. Secondly, the app recommends a rarely perfect substitute for actual mental health services and aid. While access to a counselor and psychologist remains a major barrier for a huge portion of the country, products like Fitbit and Happy Ring don't always won't always be a good substitute. And then there's the question of accuracy. Inner psychological working are such more complicated than the physical exercise routines. Yeah, the fun fact that your brain could look down at your watch, calculating, or like an app, looking at like it, pulling data, pulling it completely right and doing it and working well. There are people who have brains who can look at that screen and completely manipulate it in their own head and think it's either fine or it's way worse, or and they can just flip it. They can completely take the data. It's not even that they're reading it right and then and then taking it off on their own. They can literally just change reality as they're seeing it. They're like their brain is playing tricks on what they see. It happens all the time. There's a lot of people who have those, like basically hallucinating in like small doses, kind of. So definitely not an easy thing. It could be ineffective, potentially even dangerous to think of. The intersection issues can be broken down by an app and wearable. This isn't a write-off of the industry entirely, but a healthy degree of skepticism is necessary when approaching what appears to be an eventually massive industry in the years ahead. Yeah. Pretty soon, you just see people being like, "Oh man, mental health is on the rise. If only, we've had so many tragedies this year with school shootings. If only all those school shooters would have been wearing the ring. Yes, they could have diagnosed their thing and been like, I do feel schizophrenic and need to go. Not, because of the ring, I didn't grab an AK-47 and shoot up my school. Yeah, this isn't gonna be a cure-all, and everybody wants a cure-all for everything, anything and everything. Everybody wants a magic pill that you can swallow and it makes things better. But unfortunately, there's nothing like that exists in the world. And there's some real skepticism for you. They're trying to beat around the bush. I'm going to give it to you straight. You got to fucking suck it up sometimes and go to a real psychologist and take drugs. Yeah, it's a scary, scary process to definitely say that you're not okay in that aspect. That is a very tough thing and a brave thing that a lot of people do, which then improves their life, thank God, is just admitting you're like, hey, I think I'm fucked up. And it's a tough one. I recognize that for a lot of people. So if you are in that situation and you're feeling like there's some problems, there's definitely numbers you can call and call somebody you love, get some advice, look up some numbers online, go to Google. There are places you can call. So definitely go do that if you're feeling out of there. But that's the end of that article. And that was a kind of a real heartfelt message there at the end. But I hope I mean it. Go get help. But I do appreciate you guys listening to this. And if you like this show, and you want something that doesn't end in heartfelt messages and more funny throughout the show, you want to go to puntinggame.com. That's right, guys, puntinggame.com, where you can find this show, Who Gives a F, the Empty Parlor podcast, and all your favorite backlogs of all our great shows we've had on puntinggame.com. So check that out. And don't forget to go to YouTube and go to Comic Wade Taylor. Search that in the search bar. Hit subscribe, hit like. We've been getting some good views. We appreciate you guys sharing it, liking, checking it out. We'd appreciate if you keep doing that. Watch the videos. Watch the pods. You'll like them. We have the visual aspects. They're great. We're doing a lot of good stuff over here. Also, check out my half-hour Wild Horses on there. We'd really appreciate that. Give it a like and a listen. It's something I was really proud of that I did. So check that out. Also, head over to the Punting Game shop while you're on puntinggame.com, guys, and get yourself a hoodie or a T-shirt. Help support your favorite websites and shows here at puntinggame.com. We would appreciate it. And don't forget to use promo code NWT. NWTPOD. That's NWT Pod for free shipping and checkout. So don't forget to use that one. Guys, this has been Not Worth the Time. Thanks for letting me just vomit dumb shit about my vacation onto you. I hope it was entertaining. I hope you learned some stuff. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do.